I'm more into the cybersecurity aspect, but honestly, UX, UI, entry level, or project manager positions would be awesome. I'm struggling right now because I graduated without an internship, and I keep being told that I have too much customer service experience and not enough real experience. Oh, that is so annoying. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. What did you say? Cybersecurity. UX/UI or project manager. All right. Well, first and foremost, if you want to get into cybersecurity or UX, I would say just having like the certification of one of those online UX design or cybersecurity classes is probably really going to help. And once you get certified in that, I would put that like under education, like at the top. But you're a smart girl, so I think you're definitely going to find something at some point. Teaching assistant for OS architecture. Presented, facilitated, provided, strengthened. Love it. Your spacing's off down at the bottom, so just make sure your spacing is consistent throughout. Here's the thing. That's a technical job that you had, and you're looking for technical work, but it's teaching assistant. You know what I mean? So, like, maybe switch the verbiage around a little bit. Like, I'm not going to front people. Obviously, don't lie on your resume, but, like, cultivate your resume to look as amazing as you can. So, teaching assistant for OS architecture. They're not going to call up Arizona State and be like, was the actual title of this job teaching assistant, or was it project manager for OS architecture, you know? Like, no, like, they're not going to call you on your bullshit. So, maybe instead of teaching assistant, you put project manager. Teaching assistants are project managers. So, Starbucks, shift supervisor, forecasted daily sales goals. Awesome. Delegated duties to 10 to 15 employees. So for that one, we don't really care about like range number wise. Delegated duties for a staff of whatever. Managed inventory and numerical counts to provide correct ordering, operations, and inventory. Also, we love talking about money and how much money people are saving or how much money people are spending. So when you're talking about like managing inventories for like a job like Starbucks, I would say like budgeted for, honestly, like talk more about like just budgeting in general, because like that's what you're saying. You're managing the inventories and numerical counts to provide correct ordering, operations, and inventory. Manage budget, like literally just say manage the budget of a storefront company that saw X amount of customers a day. You're a diamond grader? That's awesome. That's just honestly like interesting to me. Inspected diamonds following laboratory grading methods and procedures for identifying and documenting clarity characteristics and treatments. Interacted in a team environment to perform. Okay, so like cool job has obviously nothing to do with what you want to do. Make a way to figure out a way to actually make that sound like you can take those skills and apply it to cybersecurity or project manager. Whether that is literally like interacted in a team environment to perform a preliminary process. Project managers do that. Just make it sound more like a gaming project manager or an esports project manager. So for that one, I would say interacted in a team environment to perform a preliminary process. Designed a quality control strategy and set a designed a quality control strategy and designed a quality control strategy and set a standard for all of our products. Has nothing to do with diamonds. You took a product and you said, this is the level of all of our products have to be at, and here's why it has to be designed this way, and you kept that quality control high. And here's the other thing that I'm going to say for you guys that don't have any gaming experience, and I kind of touched upon it in the previous one. Show on your resume that you have gaming experience, even if it's social or amateur. So, yes, work experience is like, I got paid and I got taxes taken out, blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't have to be that. What Discords are you in? What are you posting on? Like, are you posting any of your own content? Are you part of a fan group? Like that could be on your resume. If you're in the Gamehers Discord, you can say active member of the Gamehers Discord. Contributing to the community of women gamers ages 15 to 35, participant in Gamehers game nights, and an active member of women in sports and entertainment panels. Like, that has nothing to do with your job, but it just shows me how dedicated you are to the gaming space, you know? Sorry, I have to cap. I will say Canva has really good templates for resumes, ranging from simple and something more artsy. Yeah, Canva's great. I would say don't get too artsy. Also, don't put your headshot. I don't know why people put their headshots on their corporate resumes. Unless you're trying to become an actor, I don't want to see your headshot. I don't want to see your face. It's creepy. Yes, I can see you. Hey, no lag. We are an OSDD system of 62. We want to know who would accept us when we want to work. I don't know what that means. All right. Next one. I'm sweating. Also, this is recording, so this entire video is going to be up on our YouTube as well, if anyone misses anything. I'm currently a people operation coordinator for multiple startups, but I would love to move more into the esports and gaming industry. Okay, so people operations coordinator. Okay. Cool. All right. People operations. Okay, well, great. You already have that experience. You just want to get into gaming. So I'll go through your resume super quickly. Okay, so first thing, I just want your email address. If you want to put your phone number, totally fine. I don't need your full address. I want to know what state you're in. I want to know what city you're in, because if I'm hiring for a company that's based in Los Angeles and I see that you're in Minnesota, I care about that because I'm either going to have to, if I hire you, I'm either going to have to pay your travel costs, or I'm going to have to put into account that you're in a different time zone if you're working remotely, which could be annoying for me. So obviously, everyone should be shooting their shot and applying to every job that interests them, but I don't need your mailing address. I don't want your mailing address because I am weird and I will Zillow the value of your house because I care about that kind of stuff. And I want to know what time zone you're in. So do what you will with that info, but I don't need your full address. Skills, expansive benefit knowledge. I don't need expansive. I just need that you know benefits. Team-oriented. Great. Attentive to details. I don't really care. If you're going to put a skill set, I need to know how you're actually adding value that I can measure. I don't really care that you're team-oriented. I want to know that you managed a team of 50 and they all liked you. Attentive to details. I don't care. I want to know that you have pulled in, that you have interviewed and hired 100 people at your time while working in HR at this company, and you have a turnover rate of 0.01%. I want quantitative information. But I love that you're team-oriented. That's great. Technology used. Super important. It's kind of hiding in the corner of your resume, but especially for like a people ops coordinator, like you're going to be using different types of company operations software. So good. I'm glad that you have ADP, Salesforce, Ease, Plans. Like, I work in content. I personally don't care about that, but like the person hiring for a people operations role is going to care about that. So great job with that. I think what you can do is, actually a couple of you guys have done this already. You guys have like your LinkedIn link on a piece of paper. I can't click it. And I don't really feel like if I could click it, I don't feel like clicking out and going to a separate page. You don't need your LinkedIn on your piece of paper. So axe the LinkedIn, that saved you space. Put your education up top. People want to, you have an Ivy League education and it's hiding in the bottom corner of this resume. I want to know that you went to UPenn up top and you majored in human resources. That is important. Like, that's sick. Yeah, okay. God. Yeah, don't hide that. Let's see, what else? But yeah, same thing that I've been saying to people that don't have experience in esports. Put on your resume somewhere where you are socially involved online in esports and gaming. Being part of a community, being an active member on a Discord, any competitions you've won. I want to see on this piece of paper that yes, you have this skill set, because you're in people ops already and you want to stay in people ops. Like, I just want to know why you want to work in gaming people ops. So, all right. Yes, I can see you, whoever just asked that. Okay. Up next, we have... Okay. Thank you for being a longtime follower of the TikTok page. Oh my god, there's so many University of Arizona people that are sending in their resumes. Getting your master's in legal studies. Both sports and video games. We'll have an opportunity for future. Both parts. Okay, so... Okay, so he got his degree in legal studies and communications. I've been involved in both sports and video games my entire life and would love the opportunity to explore a future where I can still be a part of both worlds, such as esports. Okay, I can't tell if you want to become an esports lawyer or not. Why do people keep asking me to go live with them? I don't know you. No. Okay, you didn't tell me exactly what you wanted, but you have a degree in communications from ASU, which has a really good comms school, so we're just gonna go with that. Okay. Okay, your education takes up 2/3 of your page. I don't care about where you come from, and I don't care about your grade. I care about what you've done already and how you are proving yourself that you are worthy of a job in esports. So, so he's got education, professional summary, and skills. So I would cut his resume down to education. And you also listed out, like, every year you had Dean's List and everything. I would say, like, this is your university, Dean's List. The years that you were on Dean's List on one line. I would not say, like, the 5 years that you were on Dean's List. So that would, like, cut this by 3 lines. And then... Sorry, I still have to work while doing this, and I'm getting Slack notifications. Okay. So I would say slim your education lines down. Also, I see that you're a college athlete. That's sick. The fact that you're a college athlete is hidden in your education section. It's like the seventh point on your list of education. So I would split these categories into 2. So I would say education is the college that you're in. And then under that, you're going to put leadership, okay? Because we're college athletes. I played lacrosse in college. You were on a team, you learned leadership, you learned time management. I want to know separately that you were a college athlete. Because that's super cool. So under leadership, you're going to put NCAA varsity baseball. You can put your accolades underneath that. But, like, I see that you transferred and, like, you got a master's. Like, I don't need to know your GPA for every school that you transferred from, just where did you graduate from? Put your GPA and that's it. And then it doesn't look like you have any internship experience. You have professional summary, of just, like, talking about yourself. And then you have your skills, and your skills take up 3 columns. So I would say take the skills that you listed out and talk about how you have those, like, why do you have those skills? And put that under your professional summary. So you say time management. What have you done that gives you the time management skill? Did you work for a professor? Were you the president of a club? Were you the head of a Discord channel? Why do you have time management skills? Verbal and written communications. Where'd you get that from? Tell me about it. I don't know. Media contact. I don't know what that means. Special projects. If you're working on special projects, even if it's in school, tell me what the special projects are. What skills did you acquire from those special projects? Yeah, just overall be descriptive. But once again, like this guy wants to work in communications. That falls under marketing, maybe PR. Take the skill set that you learned in college, and any like social things that you are involved in gaming, and just put that in your resume and tell me why your skill set should work for the job that you're applying to. Wait, first off, this is a 2-page resume. I don't want 2-page resumes. I want one. So, combine that, professional summary, and then skills, and then work history. Okay, you don't need a professional summary and work history. Lifeguard, coach, teacher's assistant. You communicate a lot in all those. You work directly with the director of the baseball club, manage teams of various age groups, successfully led building activities and exercises. Okay, so you have really good skill set. How are we going to apply that to gaming? Have you ever applied to be a volunteer esports coach? Have you ever actually contributed and like been a part as even like an active listener on an esports coaching panel? Are you part of any esports teams, fan clubs? Are you a part of any Discord communities that are around cultivating children opportunities for esports and gaming? Involve yourself in the gaming community. I want to see that on your resume, not just that you're a teacher's assistant. I feel kind of mean doing this. Am I being mean? I don't know what this means. Okay. Love that you have your pronouns on here. That's important if I'm going to give you a call so I know how to address you. Same thing, cross the LinkedIn link off. We don't care about that. Summary of qualifications. I don't really... Yeah. Dynamic user experience researcher with a BA in anthropology. That's kind of badass. User experience. Okay. Super cool. Okay, user experience research / design is the interest. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Dynamic user experience researcher with a BA in anthropology. Full proficiency in Figma, Microsoft Excel, and basic understanding of C+. Multilingual, goal-oriented, and avid team player with 7+ years of experience in customer service, coaching, and qualitative research. Okay. I like that you kind of put right in front of me, like, exactly like your qualifications are, but, like, they're not really cultivated to anything. So I would honestly say take your summary of qualifications that you have at the top and just shorten every bullet point you have and then apply it to separate parts of your resume. So, like, this is going to sound kind of weird because, like, obviously, like, we love innovation. Like, we want people to be creative. But when recruiters are looking at resumes, there is a formula to a resume, okay? Like, a recruiter is probably looking at your resume for 3 seconds, if that. And they are doing a zigzag scan across the page, and then they're putting it in one pile or they're putting it in another pile, okay? So you need to make sure that your resume is easy to read and is not just easy to read, but, like, really easy to skim, okay? So what you have in your qualifications are awesome, but no one's going to focus on, like, this one section for 30 seconds and then continue to read. I'm looking at this for 3 seconds and I'm skimming down. So, dynamic user experience researcher with a BA in anthropology. Throw your education up top, BA in anthropology. That's it. And then you also are part of a certification course. Put that there, because that certification course is applying to the actual job that you are trying to get. And it's related. So you have relevant coursework, Figma. Don't put relevant coursework. Put proficiency. You're proficient in those different softwares. Just say it with confidence. And then your experience. We'll go through. National Japanese American Historical Society volunteer transcriber. Super cool. That is super cool, actually. But how can we apply that to user experience research / design? I need people to stop inviting me to these things. I also see that people are emailing resumes at the same time, which I absolutely love. So that's really cool. User experience research. I mean, you transcribed and you reviewed and edited transcription reports. Like, that's super important. Super cool, the detail you're giving me about where these oral histories and interviews are coming from. But you can even go one step further and, like, talk more about, like, the technicality of how you actually, like, transcribed and, like, organized these interviews and oral histories. With user experience research and design, like, we're really looking for, like, super detail-oriented and really organized people in those kinds of positions. So, like, what you were doing was super cool, but really emphasize that, like, this took a lot of organizational skills. It took a lot of different types of softwares, working with a lot of different types of materials. Also, like, say where these transcriptions were going. Were these going to academic journals? Were these going to libraries? So, like, what this National Japanese American Historical Society is super cool, but, like, how can you take this project and apply it to esports? So it's like we care about, obviously we care about the storytelling behind this, and maybe if you were a part of any of the storytelling, you can also add that as a point. But, like, I think for this one, like, really gung-ho about how, like, the organizational skills that you needed for that one. And same thing with the next one. Like, you worked at a yoga studio, but you were the front desk receptionist. You maintained the logbook, including sign in, sign out. I don't really care about that. You maintained the logbook. So for that, you kind of listed out, like, what you did with maintaining the logbook. I would say you maintained the logbook for a studio that saw X amount of clients a day. Like, I want to know how much traffic you were getting. I want to know, like, how busy you were, because, like, I wanted to make sure that you can actually, like, juggle a bunch of different things being thrown at you at the same time. Manage front office reception area. That's the same thing as maintaining. Greeted customers and vendors. So you could say something like, was the front-facing employee for all of our customers coming in, as well as organized product management with vendors on a daily basis. So not only were you talking to people and being super nice to them, but you were also working with all the vendors coming in that was dropping off supplies and everything, which means that you were juggling a lot. Cashier, barista, same thing with the Starbucks one from before. Talk about how, like, busy it was. Talk about how you developed leadership skills, money management skills, transcribe skills, budgeting skills. I love that you can make a cup of coffee. Develop the ability to work under pressure in a fast-paced environment while keeping composure and efficiency. That's great. That's great. Most of us came from food industry anyway, so that's a really good thing to emphasize. And then movement technician / coach. So that's yoga. And I know that you said in your email that you're getting certified in user experience right now, which is awesome. So you're going to add that as well. But once again, I'm just going to keep writing it home. How are you involved in the gaming industry right now? What Discords are you on? What games are you playing? Are you in any clubs? Are you on any teams? Are you creating any of your own content? Are you working on, like, user experience research? Are you designing your own website? Are you hacking other companies' websites to see the back end? Like, that's interesting stuff that we want to know about. But super cool resume. Okay, this has a really long summary on this resume that I don't want to read. Come on, people. Let's see. People, tell me what you're interested in doing. I do not want to figure out what job you want. You have to cultivate your resume to a specific job that you want, and you're not telling me what you want to work on. Okay. I'm not reading this professional summary because it's half the page. I also am recording this for YouTube, so I had to keep the mic close to me. So if anyone misses anything, this will be up on our YouTube. Radiant. It's going to be a new series. We'll be doing more of these lives, so keep sending in your resumes. I want to edit them. I want to help you guys get jobs. I want to answer your questions. How do I get my resume looked at? You can email your resume to tiktok@radiant.gg. Tell me the type of job area that you're interested in, because I want to know what your goal is. I'm not here to help you find a job that will fit you. I want you to fit into the job that you want. Not mean, just constructive. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so, first off, top of this resume, city and state, perfect. Phone number, fine. Email address, perfect. Professional summary, it is too long. I do not care about a professional summary. I honestly want to know where you went to school first. Obviously, a college education and your GPA does not matter to me. I just think one of my favorite conversation starters is, where'd you go to school? Where'd you get your education? Because, like, it's just fun. Like, where were you during your formative years of ages 18 to 21? Like, shit goes down when you're 18 to 21. I want to know what area of the country you were in and what you were majoring in. It doesn't really matter what your major was or, like, how well you did, but, like, I kind of just want to know. I think a lot of people want to know, too. So, education. Illinois State, Bachelor of Science, Managerial Economics, and General Marketing. But then you transferred Master of Science, Sports Management. Okay, marketing and management. Love it. Those go hand in hand together. And sports management. Okay. Work history. Sandbox. Operation and marketing assistant. Coordinated distribution of products to fulfill customer orders in a timely manner, executed short-term social media ads in the region of attended trade shows, developed promotional material for distribution using Adobe Suite. Okay. Optimize inventory of the warehouse and distribution centers with reduced back orders by 37% over employment tenure. Sweet. So first thing I circled is Adobe Suite. If you guys have software experience, especially in gaming, put that in a section that's like skill set, software experience, like software proficiencies. That's gonna stick out to us. A lot of esports orgs and a lot of gaming companies are startups, or they have really small teams. And we work a lot, especially on creative sides. That's marketing. We all wear a lot of different hats. If you have Adobe Suite experience, if you know how to use Photoshop, if you know how to use InDesign, if you know how to edit simple videos, that sticks out a lot. Having a multi-skill set, having a creative skill set when it comes to software, we want to know about that because it will most likely be utilized. How will we know if you use our resume for a live? You will not. Watch the lives. And if you miss a live, they're all going to be uploaded to YouTube. How do I get my resume looked at? You email your resume to tiktok@radiant.gg. Can I, put that somewhere? Who's done a TikTok live before that can tell me how to put that somewhere? TikTok@radiant.gg. There you go. Email me your resume. Tell me what you want, what kind of job you want, and I'll help you cultivate your resume to that area. Would you say that being a college graduate is a must-have experience? No. Nadeshot is the CEO of 100 Thieves. He was a McDonald's employee without a college degree. You can do anything. You don't need a college degree. If you graduated from a college, I want to know where you went, though. I want that as a talking point. I want to know what you studied. I want to know where you were in what area of the country and what you were doing. I will say with that, depends on the company. A lot of esports orgs and a lot of gaming companies are owned by larger, like, traditional telecommunications companies, which have, like, really traditional application processes. So most of the time they do require a college degree, which is a bummer, but there's a lot of companies that don't. A lot of companies just care about your experience. A lot of companies just care about your involvement in esports and gaming. So being a part of the social side of esports and gaming, being active on Twitter, participating as a viewer in tournaments. My favorite thing to do with getting in esports and gaming was I would go to in-person panels and I would go to virtual panels that were like organized by different esports companies or at different conventions. Listen to the panels and then DM every single panelist being like, loved what you had to say. It was super inspiring. I'm trying to get a job in the esports and gaming industry, and like what you said really hit home for me. We flippin' love that. Okay? So it's you don't have to ask for a job. Just like making those simple connections and like just showing a little bit of face or a simple DM goes a long way for esports and gaming executives. I think I have everyone's questions answered. Okay, keep asking questions if you want to know anything. Internal account specialist. A reminder, this person wants to get into sports management and marketing. Internal account specialist. Manage 1,200 small revenue accounts in a territory consisting of 6 states. Super cool. You seem organized. Identified increases and decreases in account utilization and proactively promoted communication with client to secure account expansion. Okay, super long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 bullet points under this. Badass. Keep them short. Keep the first word descriptive enough so I know exactly what that skill set is before I read the rest of the sentence, because I'm probably not going to read the rest of that sentence. So, first one's great. Managed 1,200 plus small revenue accounts. You could just end it there. In a territory consisting of 6 states. We're going to cross off that second half. Identified increases and decreases in account utilization and proactively promoted communication with client. Okay, this can be split into 2. What I care more about in this is how you proactively promoted communication with clients. So I wouldn't start with proactively because that's a descriptive word. I want a verb. So you're going to say communicated with clients to secure account expansions and retentions on a daily basis. Okay? Communication is very important to us. Also, keeping clients happy is extremely important to us. Honestly, this kind of sounds like it sounds like you could be set for like a partnership / activations role if you're working a lot with clients externally. Contacted sales leads to establish new business and negotiate utilization of services. I would say contacted sales leads. I would just say established new businesses and negotiated utilization of services with sale leads. Because establishing a business sounds cooler than contacting sales leads. That sounds boring. Resolved client issues with specimen processing, billing, discrepancies, and supplies. I kind of figure that with how much you're already talking, like proactively promoting communication with your client. You can combine those 2 points. Educated clients, yeah. You are 4 out of 6 of these bullet points are you talking to clients. Condense all of that into 1 point. United Rentals Operations Manager. Great. Develop and distribute digital and print marketing materials across multiple marketing channels to potential and existing clients. Sick. Marketing is probably marketing is one of the most competitive areas to get into anywhere, because everyone wants to do marketing because social media is so hot right now. I need numbers, I need followers, and I need to know what social media platforms you're talking about when it comes to marketing, including email marketing and traditional marketing. We care about socials and email marketing the most right now, I would say. But show us numbers. Facilitate new business through leads and SEO practices, generating revenue to meet corporate goals as a startup branch. Coordinate, dispatch, and manage. You spelt manage wrong. personnel daily in regards to equipment deliveries, pickup, servicing, event operations, and schedules. Super cool. Condense that. Make it a little less descriptive. I don't want 2 lines. I want 1. Okay, who else is asking? Is it okay if I'm a male and Yeah. Oh my god, guys, this is open to everybody. You don't have to be a woman to submit your resume. I'm editing I'm not even looking at your gender or your name. I'm just editing resumes. Please send in your resume. I want to help you. All right. Next. I don't even know. Ooh, Denmark. Okay, that's cool. I'll take it. I'm communications and marketing orientated. Honestly, I'm really open. I'm just interested in any field. On top of this, I'm open to working anywhere in the world. Any advice? Hell yeah, you are flexible. I like that about you. Okay, so communications and marketing oriented. Let's see. Ooh, you got a lot of shit. Okay. So for you, American and Italian citizen. Okay, I hope you're on. I need you specifically because you look like you have a lot of really good skills and a lot of really good work experience. I want you to go onto Canva and look at resume templates and pick a template that's super simple, but has space for you to like write a description as to how expand upon your experience, because this resume needs a little help. First off, your spacing is really big up top. You have like 3 inches of space on the top, and then your resume starts. Let's see. I don't know how it works in Europe. If you're applying to any company in the US, you don't have to say that you're an American citizen. Like, it's kind of just say what city you're in and call it a day. Because we do want to know what city you're in. We want to know what time zone you're in. We want to know if we're going to have to pay to move you to a city that our office is based in. So just city and state if you're applying to a US job. I'm not sure how it works in Europe. If anyone knows how it works in Europe, put it in the chat. Hey, was wondering. Yes, you can be a guy. Your job seems more fun. My job is fun, and I'm not just saying that because my boss is watching this TikTok live. Oh goodness. Okay, I have 10 minutes before my next meeting. So, let's see. Education. Bachelor's of Arts in Communications from the University of Maryland. Master's in Culture, Communication, and Globalization, focus in marketing. Super cool. Okay, love that. So, right off the bat, international marketing is like where I'm leaning towards, which is great because a lot of esports companies are based in the US or based in Europe or based in Asia, but they have other offices in different cities. It's super important to be able to have a pulse on like the international gaming space, I would say. And it definitely helps if you're bilingual in certain areas. So let's dive into this. I like that your education's on top. You can condense it. It's spread out to like a 30-year page. Volunteer and work experience. I think quality over quantity when it comes to work experience is super important, especially if you are a recent college grad. So this person is graduating in 2022. So congrats, grad. So if you're combining volunteer and work experience just to have a full page or a big section of experience, trim out the things that don't actually relate to where you're applying to. So let's just go down the list and see if we can get anything. So, Student Emerging Leaders Program. That's great. Literally, it says leader in it. We want to know leadership skills. We want to know management skills. Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute Project Lead. Once again, leader. We love it. Volunteer host and promoter for the Arc Duck Festival. I want to know what that is, because that sounds lit. I don't know if it is related to anything, but I like it. Teen Summer Program at the World Bank. Intern. What kind of intern? I want to know what kind of intern. What kind of internship did you have? The Margaret McNamara Memorial Fund, intern, same thing. What were you doing? So this person just listed out their job titles in the year. I want to know what you were doing. Just making sure this wasn't 2 pages. Yeah, I want to make sure I know what you're doing, and actually figuring out what jobs you what skills you acquired at these different types of volunteering work experiences. Because it seems like you've done a lot, and it seems like you have done multiple levels of like leadership roles, and you did social media, but like what? You were a social media manager for this company. I don't know what this company is. I'm sure it's a European company. But like, what were you doing for them? I want to know. That's why I'm going to hire you. And awards. Awards are great if they're somehow related to your job. I see that you've done a lot of photography contests. That's sick, especially if you want to get into marketing. I love that. Condense them. Awards. Photography awards. Then list them. I don't need to know, like, this one. I want to know, like, I want in bigger letters that you have won photography awards. Skills. Okay. This one's important. And kind of think about cultivating your resume to be like, what am I most proud of? And what is, like, the sexiest stuff on my resume? So sometimes if you don't have an expansive software skill set or an expansive like language skill set, maybe put your skills at the bottom of just like, here's the cherry on top. If you're trying to get a coding job or a UX design job, list the softwares and put it at the top of the page, because that's the first place I'm looking. This person focused in globalization marketing. So I'm guessing I'm gonna guess you're applying to international marketing jobs, and you're bilingual. So put the fact that you're bilingual up at the top of the page. Same thing. Google AdWords and analytics. Proficient in Microsoft Office and Adobe Creative Suite. Okay, you have Microsoft Office and Adobe Creative Suite on one line. I want you to like trim all of this shit and condense it. So like native proficiency, strong written and verbal communication, like strong understanding. No, just say that you're a badass and that you're proficient in Spanish, proficient in English, advanced in Google AdWords and analytics, advanced in Microsoft Office, and advanced in Adobe Creative Suite. Video editing skills. Unless you're telling me a software specifically, that's not going to look great. Advanced understanding of DSLR cameras. So just like say the exact level and then exactly what it is instead of these like long sentences. These are bullet points for a reason, okay? I don't need full sentences when it comes to your skill set. But I'm taking this resume and I'm putting it to the side because I like you and I want to look into that one more. Okay. I have 5 minutes. Okay. We'll be doing more of these. I got like 200 resumes. I want to go through all of them. Once again, guys, if you missed any of this, I've recorded the whole thing. It's going to be up on our YouTube, so look up Raidiant on YouTube. It's going to be there. This is going to be a whole series live on TikTok. We're probably going to move it over to TikTok and LinkedIn, and everything is going to be pre-recorded. So if anyone has any questions, it's not too late to submit your resume. We'll go through it. What other questions do we have? Do you have any tips for video editing portfolios / any advice for portfolios in general? Yeah, so I would say I really never look... So, okay, I'm a content producer. I've never had my own website portfolio. I've also just never had, like, my own YouTube channel, but I do a lot of editing, and I do a lot of content creation for Raidiant, and I've done a lot of content creation for my last job. So the way that I was able to get my entry-level jobs and, like, the job that I currently have is that I was super organized with all the projects that I was working on. So I was doing social media and content creation for a different esports org, and then I was working in traditional sports in content creation, and I was retweeting and posting everything that I was working on my own personal socials. So, like, I never had, like, a traditional portfolio. But that being said, if you're trying to get into, like, actual editing, you're trying to get into, like, actually becoming, like, a more traditional content producer, and, like, your portfolio is super important, it's going to get seen not on your website. So if you're producing content, tweet it out. Like, put that on your portfolio site, put that up on your YouTube, but then you better be sharing that content in shorter form increments on all of your different socials. So I'm just going to give an example. If you are interested in, you want to work for G4 TV. You want to do something like You want to be a producer for Attack of the Show. I don't freaking know. You are going to either become a little bit of a streamer yourself and stream your own content talking about esports and gaming news, or you're going to work with some friends, join a Discord of aspiring content creators, and you're going to work with them. You're going to start editing their content, and you're going to start maybe producing your own little bit of a Twitch show or of a YouTube series. You're going to upload that to YouTube. You're going to upload that to your portfolio site. You're then going to trim that into like 30-second bits and post it on your TikTok. You're then going to trim it a little bit more and post that video on your Twitter or your Instagram. Moving your content, especially if you want to work in content, putting your content on all different social media platforms is how people are going to see it. It's not doing anything on your website. Unless you're like cold emailing people and praying to God that they click on that link from that cold email that brings them to their portfolio site, no one's going to look at your portfolio site. You have to like waterboard the internet with your content. Sorry, that was a rant, but I love esports content and I consume most of it on Twitter and TikTok. Not on people's portfolio pages. Anyway, we could get info on job/internship opportunities. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, that's, do you want me to, like, find jobs for you to look up? Like, just, LinkedIn, follow esports orgs and gaming companies on Twitter. I've made a handful of videos about different platforms that you can find job opportunities. If you literally Google esports, the type of job you want, like, it'll pop up on Google. Do you know much about esports productions? I'm an esports producer. Yes, I'm a content producer for an esports org. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you, like, here's the other thing, like, I want to help you guys. If you guys have questions, obviously ask them here. DM Radiant on Twitter. You can DM me on Twitter. What's my Twitter handle? My Twitter handle is T9Nerd. I'm also, like, all over our Radiant TikTok, so just comment on our videos or DM us somewhere. I want to answer your questions. But yeah, socials is so important in gaming, whether you're just interacting with teams because you're a fan. I literally see that you followed me just on Twitter right now. That's so funny. Or you're creating your own gaming content already. Like, it's super important to just be sharing that stuff. And, like, a retweet goes a really long way. Like, a quote retweet goes a really long way. So if you're trying to get into content production, like, start producing content. It really just starts with posting. It could be the simplest stuff. Even if you're making your own memes, like, and they start popping off a little bit, like, we'll see that. I love you too. Okay, I have a meeting to go to, but thank you guys so much. Keep sending in your resumes. We're gonna do this more often. This video is gonna go up on YouTube probably by the end of the day. Hi! I have to go, guys. Bye. Wait, I don't know how to get. How do I end a TikTok live? Shit.
Hello, I'm Sam. Goodbye.